Hi everyone. Let's take a look at task scheduling in Linux. Task scheduling in Linux used as a background service, or as they say in Linux, a daemon. A daemon program runs in the background automatically when your system starts. So the cron service is managed, well, it's not really managed by, but crontab creates a crontab file. Let's see if we have any crontab files set up. Nope, nothing for the user. So we're going to set up a scheduled task for the user. Let me get down to the tutorial. There it is. So to create a cron job, we don't need to do this, but I'm going to have you take a look. We're going to take a look at all the services that are running. These are all the background services or daemons that are running, and right there, look at there, there's our cron service. It's just not doing anything for us at this point. Q will take you out, CLEAR, to clear out my screen. Now we're going to create a script. I'm going to use Nano, just because I like Nano. And I've already typed this in here just to save some time watching me type. This first line where it says pound exclamation point slash bin. Bin is a folder in Linux that contains a lot of the binary files for the operating system. Bash is an executable file that actually I'm using right now. It's a shell. So the bash shell is very common. There's any number of shells you can have in Linux. What that does is, instead of saying bash and then the name of the script, we can make the script executable by using change mod, which changes the permissions. We can make this an executable script, and we don't have to type bash in anymore. Echo prints to the console normally. That's called the standard out. The standard out goes to the console. The standard in comes from the keyboard. Well, we're going to redirect and append to a log file. I should probably say a log file. Anyway, there's our little text file. We're echoing, which means we're printing to the console at this point. However, these guys say, one of them says redirect to a file. The next one says append. So we end up with a log file that logs each of those in there. We're going to set up our cron job so it does it every 60 seconds just to see how this works. We're using some commands here in the midst of text. So who am I is a command that identifies the current user. We surround it with parentheses, and then we put a $sign in front of it. That lets us run the program. Same with date. This is today's date. I'm not sure what I have last run at on there. Who is, again, who are we? ls lists the current folder. So once we have this in here and we have typed it in or copied and pasted it, we're going to do a Control-S to save it, a Control-X to exit. So we have our script. Well, we should probably test it to see if it works. So we type in bash, and then we type in /myscript.h. You see nothing. Well, you're not supposed to see anything because everything's being redirected to our file, and we're going to cat, which is short for concatenate. It's a way to quickly look at a text file. In Linux, there are all kinds of utilities for working with text files because everything in Linux is a text file. All configuration files, everything is a text file. And look at there. So, hello there, user, which is my user on this thing. Today is this time, and this program was last run at this time. There's my desktop, all that stuff. Apparently the who command did not run. Not sure why it didn't, but I think I'll take that out of the next version of this script. Well, we know it works. That's good. Let's create our cron job. But before we do that, we need to change mod to make our script executable. We have to be Oh, no, we don't. Yeah, we should probably be sudo to do that. We may, yeah, and regardless, 744, well, let's take a look at it. We're going to change the permissions. Type in our sudo password. We do not need sudo because I just tried it. You just need chmod 744. We'll do an ll command. That'll list the folders in the long format, which means we see the security and we can see the green. Look at there. That means it's executable. RWX is our current user's permissions. R is read, W is write, X is execute. Everybody that's in the same group as the user has read. Everyone has read. Well, this does not mean everyone. This means everyone who has access to the system, which is the same in Windows. There's an everyone group. That doesn't mean everyone in the entire world has access. That just means everyone that has access to the system has access. Well, it is now green. We've listed it to make sure it's there. We've done our change mod. To make sure that our cron job's working, we're going to make it less complicated, and we're going to remove our log file. rm, whoops, my mouse is in the way. rm removes the file, and since that one line isn't working, I'm going to go back and modify my script. There we go. I don't know why. Well, just take that guy out. And I don't know why I have two of those. I'm going to take that out. There. It's just going to say who we are, what the date is, and list the folder. That's plenty. Control S to save. Control X to exit. Let's create our cron job. Well, creating a cron job, if you don't do it very often like me, I use this. This sets up all the parameters we need by saying, so if we wanted a job to run every 30 minutes or whatever we wanted to do, we could go through here and set it up ourselves. We're going to leave it as it is because that's going to run our cron job every 60 seconds, which is fine. I think a minute is the least amount of time that you can do. So we need to put in our command to execute. There we go. We are going to select, we're doing a full absolute path, meaning, and you can see I've been here before recording this video. This is my third try. /home is where all the user profiles live. User just happens to be the name of my user. That's the script I'm going to run. When you're doing a crontab job, it doesn't log in as you. You have to give the absolute path, not the relative path. We were using the relative path before because we're in that folder. Oh, I should just do it. So relative path is like // and then the name of the file, which is my script. There. That's a relative path. What we're doing in the website to set up our crontab line is a full path starting from the root. Well, we're going to, oh, there's another little piece down here. This is normal. We don't want to save or send any output. Our script file does all of that for us. And here at the bottom is, let's generate our crontab line. And there it goes at the very top. There's our crontab line. I'm going to select it. Control C to copy. Go over to my Linux. In VirtualBox, you can copy and paste into a virtual machine. However, you have to go to Devices, Shared Clipboard, and turn it on bidirectional. By default, VirtualBox is disabled the Shared Clipboard. If this is disabled for you, after you've turned it to bidirectional, well, then you'll have to copy it again. Mine was already turned on, so I'm good. Let me backspace out this. Control-Shift-V allows you to shift and paste into a console. So there's our settings. Okay, so we need to paste that into our cron tab. crontab -E lets us edit our cron tab file. And there it is. Now I've already been in here working with this. You're going to see a little menu of one for nano, which is the one you want to pick. This is nano. We go down here. This is comments to tell you how to do things. There's where we paste our line. Just like in Python, shell scripts use the pound sign for comments. Well, Control S, Control X. Then if we do an LL, we can see, nope, there is no log file yet. But within a minute, there should be one. Okay, I did something for a little bit, came back and did an LL, and there's my log file. So let's do a cat log file and see if there's something in it. Oh yeah, it's actually run twice now because I must have taken longer at whatever I was doing than I thought. But notice the time, 29:30. It's just going to keep going. Well, do we really need this running all the time? Probably not. So let's remove it. Not very hard. crontab -R. There is no cron tab anymore. We're done. Let's remove our log file. And we're complete. We have now know how to schedule things in cron. Thank you for watching. We'll come back with more adventures in Linux and other programs.